discussion that the first one, the one that staff prepared, or the one that someone?
I think the one that staff prepared incorporates some of the same things that Leslie Barrett prepared. So the one that staff prepared is acceptable.
Is everybody in agreement with that?
Would we be opening up something to, having a lot of other resolutions turned in? Expecting that, by just taking one from
Okay, it sounds like we're going to take, we've all in agreement to go with the staff resolution.
Yeah, I think too that it would be, I think it would, since there's people outside and people on television, I think it would be appropriate for the resolution to be read, because those who look at this on television are not going to know what's being said or what's being talked about.
Mayor, you want me to read that? This is the pleasure of the council. You want me to read that? You want me to read the first one only?
Yeah, the one prepared by staff.
Mayor and council, this is a resolution opposing the construction and location of the Confederate Veterans Memorial Park located at 4120 I-10 West, Orange, Texas. Whereas on January 16, 2013, the City of Orange issued a building permit to Granville Block on behalf of the Sons of Confederate Veterans Incorporated. And whereas the Sons of Confederate Veterans Incorporated have begun the construction of the Confederate Veterans Memorial Park located at 4120 I-10 West, Orange, Texas. And whereas the principals of the Confederate Veterans Incorporated intend to display a Confederate flag and other monument symbols recognizing Confederate veterans and/or particular battles which Confederate veterans fought during the Civil War. And whereas it cannot be denied that the Civil War was fought over the right to preserve and extend slavery. And whereas the Confederate flag and related symbols and icons have come to be widely viewed by Americans of all races as symbols embodying the principle of racism, discrimination, segregation, and oppression. And whereas Confederate veterans undoubtedly made significant sacrifices during the Civil War, it may be appropriate to recognize those sacrifices in some manner. And whereas the proposed plans of the Sons of Confederate Veterans Incorporated to construct such a memorial at such a highly visible location, construction of Confederate Veterans War Memorial displays such symbols along the street named after Martin Luther King Jr. would be an insult to Dr. King's life work of seeking to banish racism and segregation. And whereas the City of Orange has received numerous complaints and correspondence in opposition to such a memorial from citizens of all races of the community. And whereas it appears clear that the decision by the City of Orange to deny or rescind a building permit to the Sons of Confederate Veterans Incorporated for the proposed construction of such a memorial based upon the City of Orange's disfavor of the content of the symbols and ideas endorsed by the Sons of Confederate Veterans Incorporated would be constitutionally indefensible. And whereas the City of Orange stakeholders have made financial investments into the quality of life and tourism, where the Sons of Confederate Veterans Incorporated are not presenting an image that supports tourism or economic development, and are more than likely going to damage the reputation and hinder economic development of the City of Orange, and encourages other stakeholders to pass this same type of resolution. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Orange, Texas, strongly opposes the Confederate Veterans Memorial Park on its current design and location, and urges the Sons of Confederate Veterans Incorporated to consider alternative designs and locations that express the sacrifice made in an appropriate and acceptable manner to all. Passed, approved, and adopted on this the 9th day of April 2013.
Okay, thank you. So at this time, we'll vote on this resolution. Is there a motion?
So moved.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Yes.
Okay.
I just want to say the city, Orange, Texas is a multicultural city. Destined for greatness. The city's staff, the council, business leaders, pastors, and even the citizens, educators, They cannot let anything come here and stop the economic growth. The Confederate Memorial Park, I feel, is just a hindrance to the city as well as the county.
I'd like to thank the city for preparing this resolution. It's just a step in the right direction.
Amen.
We're not finished walking. We got a lot of miles to go. We got to continue going forward. We have to continue to work side by side, and not with those that look like me. We have to work on both sides of the hand. We have to come together. Something like this, it keeps you awake at night. It keeps you awake wondering about what's going to happen next. Not passing this resolution would be wrong. I too have spoke to Mr. Block and have asked him to sit with just me. I just want to know what you feel or what he feels would teach the citizens something about the Civil War and what his ancestors did. He refused. And he refused to come today, and he's going to keep refusing us. I think it's good that he sat down and talked with the pastors. I'd like to talk to the pastors too. They make me warm and fuzzy. But if my heart is hard, there's nothing that can be said to change that. I thank everybody here for coming today, and I mostly thank the city for preparing this resolution to be read.
I think I've already spoken how I feel about it, and Annette expressed it well, and that's all I'm going to do.
Is there any other discussion? We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed.